You open an app, no seed phrase to copy, no tiny slip of paper running your digital life. Just one tap, sign, and your identity moves through the internet like it was meant to be there. The payment clears, no gas headaches, no swapping tokens first. Your name, your photos, your post, your collection, all part of one smart account that can actually recover if something goes sideways. And here's the thing, it doesn't feel magical, it feels normal. Like the internet finally grew up. But here's the weird part, this isn't a pitch for something that might exist someday. It's already live on a network most people still scroll past without noticing. And to understand how that quiet shift happened, you must meet the guy who helped write the rules for how Web3 works, and then decide to start over. The architect who walked away. Before NFTs were monkey JPEGs, before degen was a personality type, before crypto was a casino, you had builders writing the actual grammar of this new world. One of them, Fabian Vogelsteller. If Ethereum had an end credit scene, his name would pop up right next to ERC-20, the token standard that made DeFi even possible. Later, he pushed for ERC-725, aimed at giving people identity on-chain. He worked on Web3.js, built tools before they had names, and basically helped lay the plumbing for everything the ecosystem runs on today. The unsung stuff, the stuff no one shills, but everyone uses. ERC-20 made tokens understandable, predictable. Apps could speak to any token, and if it followed the same rules, it opened the floodgates. ERC-725 tried to do the same thing, but for the people. Your profile, your reputation, a standard for digital identity. So why walk away from Ethereum, the biggest stage in crypto? Because once something gets big, it gets hard to change. You can't rewrite the foundations while the skyscraper is still under construction. You don't steer the ship, you build a new harbor. That's what LUKSO is. Same person, same obsession with standards. Different approach, this time with people at the center. But to really get it, you got to unlearn some assumptions. First, let's clear this up. LUKSO is not a layer 2, it's a layer 1 blockchain. Its own full network, built using Ethereum's technology but running independently. So no, it doesn't settle back to Ethereum. It doesn't piggyback on it. Think of LUKSO as Ethereum's cousin, not its tenant. That independence matters because when you start fresh, you can bake in new defaults, cleaner assumptions, more human-first standards. In a way, if Ethereum is downtown, a busy historic city with complex zoning, LUKSO is a modern district next door. Still speaks the same language, same outlets, same stack, but the buildings, the rules, and the layouts are made for normal people, not just crypto natives. So, what actually is new? Start here, the account model. Universal profiles, your digital life, and one smart account. In LUKSO, a wallet isn't just a key pair with a balance. It's a universal profile, a smart contract account that's more like a mini operating system for your digital life. You don't just hold tokens. You hold identity, permissions, metadata, history, all inside the same programmable account. What does that mean in practice? Recoverable. Lost your phone? Set up a trusted backup ahead of time. Permissioned. One device can send tiny payments, another needs multi-sign. You control the rules. Gasless. Apps can cover fees, so users don't need to stock up on tokens just to click a button. Visible identity. Profile pics, name, bio, links, standardized so apps can read it, display it, and build around it. In short, it flips the usual Web3 model. No more memorize the seed phrase and pray. Instead, use your account like you already use the web safely. And because these profiles follow open standards, every app on the network can understand them. You don't have to rebuild your identity every time you try something new. That's powerful. It's just one piece. Tokens with context, not just labels. On most blockchains, a token is just a blob with a name. It says, I exist, but that's it. LUKSO token standards go further, with LSP7 fungible and LSP8 non-fungible tokens. The context is baked in. These tokens can carry full metadata, creator signatures, rights, links, provenance, and connections to your universal profiles. So, a token doesn't just say, this is an NFT. It says, I'm a backstage pass to this artist's tour, created on this date, owned by that profile, with these rights attached. It's like the difference between a price tag and a passport. This matters when we start talking about things like digital fashion, membership cards, music collectibles, or social badges. You want the data to mean something, and you want any app to be able to read it without guessing. And yes, it also helps future-proof ownership. If platforms die, your tokens don't, because your profile and your stuff lives on chain, tied to you. So a token doesn't just say, this is an NFT. It says, I'm a backstage pass to this artist's tour, created on this date, owned by that profile, with these rights attached. It's like the difference between a price tag and a passport. This matters when we start talking about things like digital fashion, membership cards, music collectibles, or social badges. You want the data to mean something, and you want any app to be able to read it without guessing. And yes, it also helps future-proof ownership. If platforms die, your tokens don't, because your profile and your stuff lives on chain, tied to you. Onboarding that doesn't make you cry. The biggest user experience failure in Web3. Step 1, buy gas. That's where most people quit. LUKSO rethinks that path. Sponsored actions. Developers can cover gas fees for new users. One profile, mini apps. Log in once, explore freely. Permission controls. Start with a simple powers, scale up with trust. It's a subtle shift, but a huge one, because normal people don't want to use a blockchain. They want to click a link, try a thing, and not lose sleep doing it. That's what LUKSO quietly optimizes for. And if it works, the web starts feeling less like a bunch of disconnected rooms and more like a house with a front door you own. Who's actually building? No blockchain survives without builders. LUKSO is a EVM compatible, which helps it runs Ethereum tools, language, libraries. That means devs don't have to relearn everything. It also is getting infrastructure support, indexers, tooling, SDKs, the boring but critical stuff. On top of that, early projects are using universal profiles as identity layers. Log in, verify, post, collect, connect. Profiles become a portable passport. That's when every app speaks the same standards. Everything just clicks. That's the magic of good plumbing. It disappears. Of course, it's not perfect and it's not easy. Let's talk trade-off. Misconceptions, friction, and open questions. Myth 1, LUKSO is a layer 2. Nope, it's a base chain. It doesn't post to Ethereum. It grows its own validators, builds its own security model. Myth 2, it's for NFT art. Not really, it's about identity and programmable ownership. Memberships, credentials, social objects, not just JPEGs. Real challenge 1, thin liquidity. Smaller chains equal fewer listings, more volatility, slower fiat ramps. Real challenge 2, cold start for devs. Even with the EVM compatibility, habits are hard to break. Most teams default to what they know. Real challenge 3, education, profiles, permissions, recovery flows, gas sponsorships. These are big ideas, but unfamiliar ones. Getting adoptions means making the first 60 seconds magical, but if LUKSO pulls it off, the payoff is way bigger than another blockchain's narrative. Real challenge 1, thin liquidity, smaller chains equal fewer listings, more volatility, slower fiat ramps. Real challenge 2, cold start for devs. Even with EVM compatibility, habits are hard to break. Most teams default to what they know. Real challenge 3, education, profile, permissions, recovery flows, gas sponsorships. These are big ideas but unfamiliar ones. Getting adoptions means making the first 60 seconds magical, but if LUKSO pulls it off, the payoff is way bigger than another blockchain's narrative. The big picture. If this works, the web reconfigures. Right now, your digital life is scattered across platforms. Your reputation is on Twitter, your connections on Instagram, your collectibles on OpenSea, your login info on Google, and none of it travels with you. LUKSO's bet is this: put the person at the center, make the profile the platform. Apps become interchangeable, your identity is constant, your items and social graphs follow you. If that model wins, 3 things happen. Switching costs vanish. Trying a new app doesn't mean starting over. Ownership becomes portable. Items, status, and rep goes with you. Trust compounds. Apps can verify what you've done and what you own without needing to ask. And if LUKSO doesn't win, the ideas will leak like ERC-20 did, like good standards always do, because once people taste better user experience, they don't go back. The takeaway: we spent the last 20 years building an internet made of apps. LUKSO flips that. It built an internet made of people. You are the constant. Apps come and go, you stay. That's the quiet revolution here. Not slogans, not hype, just better defaults. So the next time you tap sign and it just works, you might feel it. The web finally bending around you.